Hello, I am Pramod Kumar. Today we will study English for class 12 Bihar board, and our book is Rainbow Part 2, and our poem is Song of Myself, written by Walt Whitman. Walt Whitman was an American poet and he was known as people's poet, आम आदमियों का कवि. He had a very varied life. He had started as a carpenter, then he worked as a printer, then as a teacher, as an editor, as a volunteer nurse, all kinds of things he did. In this poem, every poem has some theme. The main theme of this poem is the poet is celebrating democracy and the oneness of mankind. The poet is celebrating democracy and oneness of mankind. What do we mean by oneness of mankind? That mankind is one. All of us are one. We are not different. Right? So, the poet is celebrating democracy and the oneness of mankind. This poem represents the poet's thought concerning mankind's common soul. Mankind's common soul means हम सब के बीच में जो आत्मा है वो कॉमन है, अलग अलग नहीं है. Commonness of soul, mankind's commonness of soul, right? The poet in this poem also focuses that life is a journey to uncover one's self. To uncover oneself means मैं अपने आप को तलाशता हूँ, ढूंढता हूँ, अपने आप को डिस्कवर करता हूँ. टू अनकवर, टू ब्रिंग आउट समथिंग विच इज हिडन, जो छुपा हुआ है उसको बाहर लाना. लाइफ इज ए जर्नी टू अनकवर वन सेल्फ एंड वंस आइडेंटिटी. व्हाट इज दैट? द पोएट से दैट आवर लाइफ इज ए जर्नी टू अनकवर वन सेल्फ. हम अपने आप को ढूंढते हैं, जो हमारा ढूंढा हुआ पहलू है उसको बाहर लाते हैं. एंड टू अनकवर वंस आइडेंटिटी, मैं कौन हूं, मैं क्या हूं, मेरी पहचान क्या है. राइट? सो दिस इज द थीम ऑफ दिस पोएम. इट्स अ ब्यूटिफुल शॉर्ट पोएम but very full of meanings which are important for our life. So in this poem we need to understand that poet is talking about three important aspects. First is idea of the self. Second is identification of the self. Identification of the self with other selves. जैसे मेरा एक स्व है, माई सेल्फ, मेरा स्व, माई सेल्फ वैसे ही दूसरों का है। सो आइडेंटिफिकेशन ऑफ द सेल्फ विद अदर सेल्फ्स, मेरे स्व का आइडेंटिफिकेशन दूसरों के स्व के साथ, राइट। एंड द थर्ड थिंग इज poet's relationship with the elements of nature and universe. Poet explaining relationship with the elements of nature and universe. प्रकृति और ब्रह्मांड का जो ब्रह्मांड के जो एलिमेंट्स हैं उनके साथ हमारा क्या रिलेशनशिप है, व्हाट इज आवर रिलेशनशिप विद द एलिमेंट्स ऑफ नेचर एंड यूनिवर्स. सो दीज आर द थ्री मेजर थिंग्स. आइडिया ऑफ द सेल्फ, मेरे स्व का आइडिया, व्हाट इज दैट. आइडेंटिटी ऑफ द सेल्फ विद अदर सेल्फ्स, मेरे स्व की पहचान दूसरों और लोगों के स्व के पहचान के साथ आइडेंटिटी. एंड रिलेशनशिप विद द एलिमेंट्स ऑफ नेचर एंड, प्रकृति के जो एलिमेंट्स हैं और ब्रह्मांड के उनके साथ हमारा क्या रिलेशनशिप है, राइट. सो नाउ वी स्टार्ट द पोएम. व्हाट डज द पोएट से? द पोएट से, आई सेलिब्रेट माई सेल्फ एंड सिंग माई सेल्फ. द पोएट से, आई एम सेलिब्रेटिंग माई सेल्फ एंड सिंगिंग माई सेल्फ. एंड व्हाट आई एज्यूम, you shall assume. The poet says, whatever I assume, you shall also assume. What is that? He is identifying himself with all others. What I is a symbol here. In this, actually this poem given in this text is not entire poem. It is a very small portion of the poem given in this course, in your course, right. So in this short poem, what is prescribed for you, he has used two symbols. One is I, another is grass, right. I celebrate myself. Here I means I or self. It symbolizes modern American, right, the modern man or everybody on this planet. In this poem, the poet has used symbol I or self. It symbolizes an American, a modern American, a modern man, or any man for that matter on the entire planet, in the entire universe. I celebrate myself and sing myself. The poet is celebrating himself and singing himself. And what I assume, you shall assume. The poet said, what I shall assume, you shall assume. Here you means everybody else, not the person who would be standing before him at that point of time. As we said, he is identifying himself with the mankind, the idea of oneness of the mankind, that पूरी मानव जाति जो है वो एक है. That is why he said, and what I assume, you shall assume, right. For every atom belonging to me as good belongs to you. He is talking about the transference of an atom, that all of us are made of atoms, and for every atom belonging to me as good belongs to you. Whatever atoms I am made of, you are also made of similar atoms, right. Atom, anu, the smallest particle. So he says, for every atom belonging to me, whatever atom forms part of me, it also forms part of you, or I form part of some atoms. Likewise, you also make part of the same atoms. You also belong to the same atoms. I love and invite my soul. Love means wander, wander aimlessly, बिना किसी aim के घूमना. I love and invite my soul. I lean. Lean means take rest, take some support. I lean and laugh at my ease. He is moving in a garden easily in a very relaxed mood, and he is taking support of something, lightly bending with support of something. I lean and laugh at my ease, observing a spear of summer grass. He is walking, so he notices summer grass. So grass is another symbol used here. Through the symbol of grass, the poet shows his optimism and hopeful nature. The poet is showing his optimistic and hopeful nature. He is positive. He is so optimistic and he is so hopeful that he believes that death is only a transformation. Death is only a transformation. What transformation? We get transformed from one shape to another shape, from one life to another life, from one object to another object, right? So he is so positive, so optimistic, so hopeful that he thinks that death is nothing else than a simple transformation. We get transformed from this body on death, we get transformed from this body to something else. We get transformed, right? And death is not an end of life, as is thought by many of us. Because once again, suppose our dead people are there, so their dead bodies are formed of some atoms. Likewise, we living beings, we are made of some atoms. So there is uniformity, oneness between even the dead and the living. So he doesn't find death to be afraid of, which most of us are. He thinks it's very simple, death is a transformation. On death we get transformed from one form to another, right? Then, lean and laugh at my ease, easily he is walking and observes a spear of summer grass. A spear means a top point which is pointed, top part which is pointed like a spear. Summer grass. My tongue, every atom of my blood, formed from this soil, this air. He says, my tongue, or whatever I am speaking through with the help of, and every atom of my blood is formed from this soil and this air that I am breathing in and out. Why does he say that? Because he believes in the oneness of mankind, and he believes in the mankind's common soul. He believes in the transference of atoms, that all of us are made of atoms. So we are common, we are not different. Born here of parents, born here from parents the same, and their parents the same. I was born of my parents, and my parents were born of their parents. So he is finding a commonness among all, because all of them were born here of the same soil, of the same air. So there is a commonality among all the generations that he is talking about, or that we can think of, right? I now 37 years old, in perfect health begin. This poem was written in 1855. That time the poet was around 37 years of age. He is writing his age here. I now 37 years old and in perfect health begin, hoping to siege not till death. The poet says, our life is like a journey. All of us keep on making a perpetual journey, right? Our life is like a perpetual journey, a journey that never ends. Why it doesn't end? Because we think death is an end, but the poet says death is not an end. Death is only a transformation. We get transformed from one thing to another, one form to another, right? So he said our life is like a perpetual journey, and hoping to siege not till death. He says, I am beginning my journey thinking that till death I will not stop my journey, I will not break my journey. Creeds and schools in abeyance. Creed means religious belief. We say na caste, creed or color. So creed means a particular religious belief. Creeds and schools in abeyance. Schools means a school of thought, a line of particular thought. Some people believe in X line of thought, others believe in Y line of thought, still others believe in Z line of thought. So that is what he means here by schools. Creeds and schools in abeyance. He says religious beliefs and various schools of thoughts can be kept in abeyance, suspended for the present, retiring back a while, sufficed at what they are. Those things can be kept in abeyance, retire back for a while, for some time, sufficed at what they are. They are sufficient, they are enough for what they are or what they are, but never forgotten. But they are never to be forgotten, but they can definitely be put aside for some time, put in abeyance. I harbor for good or bad, I permit to speak at every hazard. The poet says, he harbors, he thinks, he holds the idea for good or bad. I permit to speak at every hazard. He permits to speak at every hazard means difficult time, peril, difficulty. Nature without check with original energy. I harbor for good or bad. I permit to speak at every hazard. Nature without check with original energy. Let nature be in its original energy without being interfered by us. The poet says that we have interfered with the nature a lot in so many ways. So he says, let us face the nature with its original energy minus our interference, means without our interference. Let us face the nature, right? So what we can do? We can sum up in 2 minutes. Walt Whitman, who wrote this poem, was considered called as a people's poet. His writings were so good, people's poet. Though he didn't get, his poems didn't get fame till he lived. It was only almost after his death that his poems became famous. He was a carpenter, a printer, a teacher, an editor, and a volunteer nurse also. He worked as a volunteer nurse. The theme of this poem is, the poet is celebrating democracy and the oneness of mankind. That mankind is one, they are not different, because all of them are made of atoms, right? It represents the poet's thought concerning mankind's common soul, that the common soul which is there is common with all of us, in all of us. It's not different, right? This poem also focuses that life is a journey, perpetual journey. It never ends. We think when we die the journey ends, but no. The poet says when we die, we get transformed into a different form and the journey continues, right? And this is a perpetual journey to uncover oneself. मैं अपने आप को तलाशता हूँ, ढूंढता हूँ, डिस्कवर करता हूँ, अनकवर करता हूँ हिडन पार्ट्स को, कि मैं what I am and one's identity, who am I, what am I, what do I do, मेरी अपनी पहचान क्या है, उस चीज को इस परपेचुअल जर्नी में, लाइफ के जर्नी में वी ट्राई टू अनकवर, ब्रिंग आउट ऑन द सरफेस फ्रॉम व्हाट इज हिडन, राइट? And it was written in 1855 when the poet was around 37 years of age. And the poet, what the poet thinks, that a specific individual melts away into the abstract myself. A specific individual, suppose I am there, Pramod Kumar, right? So gradually I melt away into an abstract myself. Abstract means which we cannot touch, which is not tangible, which we can only think of. Abstract myself, right? Then the poet explores, in this poem the poet explores possibilities for communion between individuals. Communion means all of us are one, nobody is outside this, nobody is outside this, all of us are here. Communion between individuals, communion, all of us are one, right? The poet has used two symbols, I and grass. I or self means an American, right? A modern American, a modern man, or any man on this planet, right? Then he uses another symbol, grass. Grass shows a very optimistic and hopeful nature, thinking of the poet. Grass. He is so optimistic, he believes that death is not an end, it is only a transformation. Grass, he says that our ancestors were buried, and on their burial grounds also grass sprouts, it comes out. So he sees a continuation of journey, right? A continuation of the journey, perpetual journey. Death is not an end of life as we think, most of us think. And he focuses on the dual aspects of essential oneness or the identity of all. Essential oneness, एक होना, और the identity of all, हर एक की, सबकी पहचान, and the spiritual reality that exists at the back of the material world. हम जो भौतिक जीवन जीते हैं उसके पीछे में जो स्पिरिचुअल रियलिटी है, आत्मिक वास्तविकता है, उसके बारे में पोएट बात करता है, राइट? सो आई थिंक you found this poem easy to understand. In case of any difficulty, please do approach me on my email ID, which will be given at the thumbnail to the video. Okay, thank you very much.